So, yeah, she is just a beautiful, beautiful soul. I am proud to say I've seen her grow, and I continue to see her grow and evolve and share her gifts. Of course, she is has just done things that always blow my mind. Of course, she's well educated, has her master's, traveled and done all these amazing. But she's also an author of a very important book called Dream Vision Reality. You can see the board in the background. And she is going to guide you all through the process of manifesting your dreams, right? And this is a very important part of the 21 days because you get to set specific goals, you know, and uh, not just visualize your goals, not speak your goals, but write your goals down. She's going to get into it. I'm going to, without further ado, one of my dear friends, one of my oldest friends. You might be the oldest friend that I have. So,
first friend.
yeah, first friend.
Thank you, Lauren, so much. You know how much I love and adore you and your work and all that you offer to so many people. You have definitely got me right on the food journey because we had those hot chips and those blue juices together. We used to go to McDonald's together. So
Yes, we did.
I'm so grateful.
We would cross a 4-lane highway to get to camp every morning during the summertime. Had some very cool experiences.
Yeah, so I'm truly inspired by you, Lauren, on a daily basis to just stay healthy and stay well. This is very much a journey as far as the food portion. I think food is one of the most difficult things for us to discipline ourselves around. So thank you for, leading the way and staying consistent and taking us all along on this journey. Thank you for doing this. I see some of my friends here. My best friend Leslie is here. So thank you, Leslie, for being here. Every time I turn around, you got my back. So I appreciate and love you so much. And I'm excited to share with you all on this 21-day journey. I think it's so dope that Lauren is allowing us to talk about the mind, body, spirit connection, because if your diet is right, but your mindset is off, then you will not be able to truly manifest in a way that is meaningful and long lasting. So I'm so grateful that you created this space for us all to do this. So as Lauren mentioned, I am an author. My background is in social work. I study social work at Frostburg State University and the University of Maryland. I am still a practicing social worker here in the District of Columbia. And I serve the residents every day, and I'm very grateful and humbled to do that. But at the core of me, I am a creator, which is one of the reasons why I have this shirt on today. I think it's important that we remember who we are as and who we were as children. When we were young kids and we had like these dreams of being astronauts and unicorns and all these magical things that we wanted to be, and then we become adults and we forget about our dreams. So today we are going to go through a process of dreaming. And I saw someone said something about penning, so I told Lauren that she was taking my Instagram live virginity because this is my first time going live on Instagram. But I'm no stranger to and speaking in audiences. Let me put my phone on here. And sometimes he just doesn't understand that mom's busy. So hold on one second. And I'm going to text him from my other phone so he knows that I'm doing something right now. So Lauren, someone was saying about pinning. If you can pin my website, which is www.dreamvisionreality.com.
Yes, let me do that.
Go there. I'm going to reference a lot of resources from the book and from the website today, but I want you all to be able to visit the website. And again, that's www.dreamvisionreality.com. if you are sitting still right now and you're having a moment where you're still and you're not mobile, I do have a little list of things that you're going to need for today's session in true teacher form. So the first thing you're going to need is a journal or a notebook. I love journals. So I have one of my new journals that I'm using specifically for this process, and it says every thought creates your future. And I thought that was super appropriate for what we're doing right now and what we're creating in this moment that will manifest in the future. So you'll definitely need a journal, and you will need a pen. So I'm gonna, if you don't have that, I'm gonna give you guys just like 30 or so seconds to run and grab that. Run and grab your pen and your journal. And I'm gonna let my son know that I'm busy right now, and he's gonna have to call me back. Okay, so everyone have their journals. So as Lauren mentioned, I am an author. The name of my book is The Dream Vision Reality Guide. The acronym is DVR, and it's a play on the actual DVRs that we use in our homes to record the things that we want to see. So if you think about your DVR, what does it do? You have something in mind that you want to see. You record it, you press, you go to your remote control, you set it up in order for you to record your program. You go ahead and let it record, and then you come back and you watch it. So we have the ability to do the same thing with our lives on a daily basis through a process of visualizing our dreams, through recording them. And what we're going to go through in our next session that's going to be focused on visioning, which is creating a vision statement and a vision board, and then using those processes to create our realities. So that's what we're going to do on these 21 days. Like I said, I'm so grateful to Lauren for allowing me this opportunity to do this with you all. And I will be with you this Monday, next Monday, and the following Monday in order for us to outline our DVR process. So if you guys are excited, like put a little star in the comments or a little heart to say, yes, you are ready to define your dream, because that's what we're going to get into today.
Cool. A great job for your first live, by the way. Come on, let's go.
And I'm also taking a book out of Lauren's book, a page out of Lauren's book, and drinking my beautiful alkaline water with Himalayan sea salt in there, out of a beautiful wine glass, because Queen of Green taught me. Okay.
I love you.
All right, so I want to give you guys a little bit of background. Thank you for the stars. Thank you for the hearts. About me and kind of my childhood, where I came from and how I got to this point. So as Lauren mentioned, my name is Cherise Matheson. Fun fact, I know you guys don't hear it in my voice, but I was actually born in London, England. My family is British and Jamaican, so they migrated from Jamaica to England, where I was born, and then from England to America, coming to America, where I met Lauren at about 5 or 6 years old. I was literally new to the country. Lauren has Caribbean roots as well. Our neighborhood was a very multicultural neighborhood, which is where I met Lauren. And we had a singing group. We had a dancing group. So Lauren can attest to the fact that as a child, I just wanted to entertain, right? I just wanted to be in front of people and share my gifts and talents with the world. But as I got older and I was confronted with certain things, it took away from my childhood dream. And one of the things that I was confronted with was insecurities around my complexion. At that time, I was teased a lot for being dark, and I didn't really know how to combat it. I didn't know that melanin was so beautiful and so powerful, that we would be at a time where people were celebrating. My look now is so celebrated, but when I was a kid, I didn't know that. So it really made me fall into this shell, and I didn't think I could be on the stage anymore. I didn't think I could be the front runner with, my dark skin and my kinky hair. So I started to kind of fall back on my dream at such a young age. I think this was happening around 12 and 13. But in the back of my mind, reasoning, I'm a Virgo. I know we're going to talk about astrology later in the week. I'm a Virgo. Virgos are very calculated. So I was already coming up with the backup plan at age 12. I'm like, okay, if I can't get center stage, if I can't get center stage, at least I could be in the vicinity, right? So I decided that I wanted to work in radio. I'm like, I can interview the celebrities and I can interview the entertainers if I can't be one of them. So at about age 12 or 13 or so, for those of you guys in the DC area, I started to call into the radio station, WPGC and 93.9 WKYS Live Squad. So I would call in and give shout outs to my friends on the radio. And I used to love the way that my voice sounded on the radio when they would play it back. I also got insight to how radio works. You know, a lot of times we think we're hearing things live and we're not hearing things live. Spoiler alert, also, I did end up working in radio and I still host a radio show to this day. So it's beautiful how the story came full circle. But yeah, I would call in and I'm like, Live Squad, baby. I'm giving shout out to my friends. And I'm like, this is what I want to do. Like, this is about to be my career. You know, like, I might not be able to be Destiny's Child, but I'm surely going to interview them in the green room, you know? So that, my childhood dream, it ended up evolving. So I go to college, I'm at a career fair, and the lady at the career fair, I'm like, you know, I want to be in radio. She's like, you're not going to be able to do that. You know, you're from DC. DC is a very big market. It's very competitive. Like, you're not going to be able to get a job in radio there. You need to do something that's going to get you a guaranteed job. So me, young college student, impressionable, I probably should have went to a HBCU. I know anybody in here that went to a HBCU is probably like, yeah, girl, you should have probably went to a HBCU. But I was not at a HBCU. They did not empower me to follow my dream. They was like, go get a job. Like, they were like, what else do you like to do? So I'm like, I like to help people. And then they're like, okay, well, social work. Why don't you get a career in social work? So I'm like, okay, social work. If it's going to give me a job. So I end up getting the job in, going to get the degree in social work. I go on to get a master's degree in social work. I get into the workforce and I hate my job. And I don't know if any of you guys have to that. Shout out to all the HBCUs coming in. One of my staff is his birthday is actually today. His name's Marvin Gaye. He's the Aggie, and we'll let everyone know that it's all about the Aggie pride. So shout out to all the Aggies and the FAMU Rattlers coming in. But I went on to get my master's degree, spend all that money on a career that I was like not really that interested in. I go get this good job and I hate my job. It's not my dream. It's not what I want to do. I'm in this cubicle. The people don't like me because I'm, 24, making the same amount of money that they've been making since they've been there for 20 years. So now they can't stand me because we both make the same amount of money. And it's just like toxic vibes. And I'm thinking to myself, this was not the dream. This was not the dream that I was going after. So I really wanted to write. So I just kind of like started this blog at work. They wasn't giving me no work, child. They had me sitting over in the corner. I was asking to go to meetings and they was like, read the policy manual over there. We'll be over here. So I just started a blog and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just start this blog. At least it'll give me the opportunity to write. So I start the blog as if I'm interviewing celebrities, but I'm not interviewing anybody. Like, I'm at work in my District of Columbia government job. But I'm doing this blog and like doing stories on Beyonce, doing stories on Mary J. Blige, doing stories on all these people that inspire me. And I end up going to this networking event, literally bumped into the news and programming director for Radio One. Her name is Sheila Stewart. She ended up becoming a mentor to me. And Lauren, I know this resonates with you because unfortunately she passed away tragically in a car accident. And Lauren was definitely there to console and help me mourn through that moment, because losing her was almost like losing a part of my dream. But long story short, she was the producer of the Russ Parr Morning Show. And she asked me to enter this raffle in order to have lunch with Russ Parr. And so entering the raffle was just dropping my business card in there. Drop my business card in. She goes to my website and she sees all these celebrity writings. Mind you, I've never interviewed a celebrity in my life. But what I did do a couple of years before is that I created a vision board. And on my vision board, I had pictures. Oh my gosh, it's right here. I I had pictures of all the celebrities that I wanted to interview. And if you can see on my vision board, like this was my little celebrity corner. I got all the people, I got star-studded, you know, all the people that I'm going to interview. 50 Cent, Jay-Z, Common, Erykah Badu. It's like all these stars. And I ended up interviewing all these people. And the interviews are right here in my book. And it all came full circle because of this vision. Like, I had this vision board, I had this dream. I had no idea how it was going to manifest, but I was taking inspired actions every day to get me towards that vision. And so I'm so proud of this book. It has interviews with Mary J. Blige, with Iyanla Vanzant, with Rebe Jackson, with DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled was one of my favorite interviews because my son joined me in that interview, and at the time he was maybe 8 years old. So we're actually going to use that interview as the basis of what we go through today. So I'm so excited to share with you. Wanted to give you guys a little backstory so you could just get a feel for kind of how I landed here, because it was definitely a process and a journey, and I didn't feel good in the process all the time, but laboring through and keeping focus on my vision, keeping my mind right. If I would have known that my diet played into it at that time, I would have been eating my greens. You know, I was going to Chick-fil-A at the time, so it might have got sped up a little bit if I would have had some cranberries and some cherries in the morning, but I still got there, you know. And so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today in the book. The book is available on my website, again, which is dreamvisionreality.com, because Lauren is doing this beautiful thing, and she made it available at a $30 offering. I created a 30% off coupon code for anyone who wants to purchase the book. It's available digitally, and it's also available in hard copy. So when you go to the website, use the code GREEN, capital GREEN, and you can get 30% off. So you can venture through the journey with us. Like I said, I think it's important for us to remember that this is tied into our mental too. It's our diet, it's our spirit, and it's our mentality. It's the thoughts that we're thinking, it's the things that we're writing to ourselves, and it's the affirmations, the words that we're speaking to ourselves. So my book is a 28-day visualization process, which goes hand in hand with this 21-day process. Every day there's an activity in there for you to do to get you closer to your dream and your vision, because what is a dream deferred? What is a dream deferred?
Oh my God. Oh,
But seriously, how sad would it be? I mean, even in the times that we're in now, when it's like so many people are transitioning, if I was faced with that, would I be happy with what I've done so far and the things that I have accomplished or that I have not accomplished? And it's not about accomplishing things, but it's about accomplishing the things that are important to me, no matter how big they are, from home ownership to I always wanted to plant a rose bush, you know. So whatever that dream is, what is it if it's deferred, you know? And we don't want any dreams deferred. We want to be able to leave this earth and this planet. Yes, a raisin, sis. Whoever said a raisin. We want to be able to leave this planet and have so much gratitude with what we were able to. I'm sorry, guys. My son continues to call. Gratitude for the things that we are able to pour out into the earth. So I hope you have your journals. I'm going to take you through part 1 of the book. So that, like I said, the book is broken down into 3 sections. You have dream, you have vision, and you have reality. So dream is about defining your dream, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to share 5 gems that I was able to pull out from my interview with DJ Khaled. And then I will open up for questions and answers. Is that cool?
what's that with?
Okay, so let me tell you guys, I know that many of you may or may not have been impacted by the news of the passing of Andre Harrell, the founder of Uptown Records. I was particularly saddened by that information, because when I think about Uptown Records and I think about Bad Boy, like I grew up in that era. It's like Uptown Records, Mary J. Blige, What's the 411 was the first album that I ever had as a child. So I remember like connecting that with this is my son, guys. I am so sorry. It must be an emergency. Hold on one second. Hello? Mo, I'm in a meeting. What's going on? I'll call you when I'm done. Don't call me 10 times unless someone's dying or bleeding. Okay? All right, thanks.
I love it. I love
Moms.
it. Called
Mom.
to her. Come on, keep going.
Mom, send me some hearts if you can relate, okay? My son is even at my mother's house and he's still knocking on the door like I'm in the bathroom. But okay, so I was talking about Bad Boy Records, right? Because I grew up in that era. I grew up on the Diddy, Can't Stop, Won't Stop. That was just like what raised me. So my book actually starts with this quote, and it's just a lyric from, may he also rest in peace, the Notorious B.I.G. And it says, "It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine." Y'all remember that? Right, Biggie? And that's what it was for me. I was reading Word Up magazine and I would put all the posters around me, kind of similar to like my background now with my vision boards. I would have posters of like Jodeci and Mary J. Blige and all these people, not even knowing at that young age of 12, reading those Word Up magazines. I was already in the process of manifesting because I was seeing that with my vision before I was going to sleep under my little bunk beds. We lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. My brother was on the top bunk, I was on the bottom bunk, and I had my posters all around. And that was my process of beginning to visualize and kind of see myself in that entertainment world, see myself with the microphones and the cameras. And so I started my book off with that just to kind of remember where I was in that time. But I want to ask you to think about this question. What were you dreaming of becoming at the age of 12? So kind of like think back to 12-year-old you. You're in the 7th grade, maybe, you're coming out of the 6th grade, going into the 7th grade, or you're transitioning from the 7th grade going into the 8th grade. So it's giving middle school vibes. You're not in elementary school anymore. You're 12. Your body's changing a little bit. You may be changing friend groups a little bit. You're going to a new school. What were you dreaming of becoming at age 12? So I want you to write that question down in your journal as something to ponder on throughout the rest of today and throughout the rest of the week. Question number 2 is, what did you see for yourself during that period of your life? What was your vision? What kind of life did you see yourself living as an adult? When we're 12, we think adulthood is like this mysterious, thing. We're thinking we're going to have the white picket fence with the dogs and the husband and the wife and, the perfect family. What was your vision for yourself at 12 years old? So I want you to write that down again. So the questions are, what were you dreaming of becoming when you were age 12? And what did you see for yourself during that period of your life at age 12? Since my son has made an appearance in this live, he's actually 12. So it's very peculiar for me to go through this now, knowing that I have a son who's the same age that I was when I was kind of contemplating, like, what is life? Who am I? How do I feel about myself? So 12 is a very tender age. You're transitioning into to a teenager. So kind of go back and think about where you were at that time. I want to share another quote. This quote is from Oprah Winfrey. It says, "The biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams." And if I'm not inspired by anybody else, Auntie Oprah is an inspiration for me. And if she has not taken those dreams and ran with them and given us a blueprint, especially as an African-American woman in an industry that was not accepting of her, I'm going to write down all the quotes that she has to offer. So again, the quote is, "The biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams." So one of the ways that has been vitally important for me to manifest and create and design and define my dream is through the process of affirmations. Affirmations are the things that we're saying to ourselves on a daily basis. I love that Lauren included the audio for all of these beautiful affirmations that she shared. She's put me on to quite a few Claire, I believe her name, the lady with the British accent, you know, she is my absolute favorite. Listen to her every morning. But it's about, okay, that's someone else. But what are the affirmations that we're saying to ourselves? What are the things that we're telling ourselves in the morning, when we're in the shower, when we see ourselves in the mirror, when we make a mistake? Are we saying like, oh my gosh, I'm so stupid, or I'm so annoying because we didn't, I'm always a procrastinator? Are we saying those things about ourselves, or are we saying things about ourselves that uplift ourselves? Are we saying the things about ourselves that create what we want? So for me, if my goal was to be a radio host, then I am a radio host is an affirmation for me before I even get into the opportunity to being it. So one of the things that I really enjoy about the book is that it's also a workbook. So you have space in the book to write out your own affirmation. So I'm going to talk about I am, which if you've seen The Secret, you understand what I'm saying. If you have not seen The Secret, you need to go and watch it, even if you get a little snippet on YouTube, or you can read the book. But I am are two of the most powerful words, for what you put after them shapes your reality. So what I want you all to do is write 5 I am affirmations for yourself. This is your homework for when we get back next Monday. So you have to write a series of 5 I am affirmations and say those affirmations to yourself over and over again. I never saw Being Mary Jane, but a lot of people told me that I reminded them of her in some instances, because apparently she had affirmations all over her mirror in her bathroom. So get those Post-it notes, get those affirmations up, and make it a practice in these 21 days to have these 5 affirmations that will carry you through this journey. I am healthy. I am beautiful. I am whole. I am fabulous. I believe in myself. I'm a winner. I'm a millionaire. I'm lit. You know, like, you gotta say what resonates for you. Everybody has their little words that just make them, you know, feel some type of way. I'm a savage. Whatever it is that builds you up and makes you feel beautiful on the inside, you write those 5 affirmations down. Put them somewhere where you can see them, whether it's in your phone. If you're ordering the book, you will have this available, so you'll have your affirmations right there. Keep it by your bedside, and when you wake up in the morning, it's boom, bop, bang. I'm getting right into these affirmations after I pray or give gratitude, or however you start your morning. But mornings set the trend for our day. So you want to have your I ams, and you want to make them specific to you. So that's your second set of assignments. Lauren told me to teach, so that's what I'm here to do.
Yes, you're doing
All right. So I have another quote to share from you. Now, this quote is personal for me because this came from a live interview. So I told you guys how I met Sheila Stewart that day at the networking event. Well, when she ended up reaching out to me, what happened was she got my business card, went to my website, and I didn't win the lunch with Russ Parr, right? But when she went to my website and saw I had all these celebrity writings, she thought I was a journalist. So Taraji P. Henson was coming in town for Howard Homecoming, and she sends me an email. She's like, hey, Taraji P. Henson's coming in town. She's doing this thing with her foundation for Howard University. Would you like to interview her? So I'm like, oh, me, you know, I'm on the other end of the computer, like, I am completely available on October, da, da, da. But in my mind, I'm like, ah!
Yes.
So that was my absolute first celebrity interview, like, out the park. I started out with Taraji P. Henson. So it was so beautiful. And the question that I asked her in that interview, which is available, you could check it out on YouTube. Just search Savvy Cherise Taraji P. Henson. The interview's like 7 years old. And y'all, I went in there with my own camera. My hand was shaking. So if the video's a little shaky, just bear with it. Because I was the camera crew, I was the photographer, I was the journalist, I was everybody. So I'm in there shaking, asking her the question, like, what advice? So my question was, what advice would you give to women in particular who are trying to struggling to make their way to their dream? What would you share with them? And this is what she said. She says, you've got to dream big in order to show your child how to dream. And I was like, ooh. You know, at that time, my son was maybe like 5. And I'm like, he's looking at me to determine what the bar is for him. So if my dream bar is low, how is his going to be high? And she talked about how she picked up her kid and moved to LA with, you know, a dollar in a dream type story, and looked at the Taraji P. Henson. Now, this was Taraji before Empire, you know, before all of the amazing things that she's done now. You know, she did it. And so that really, really stuck with me. And I want to share that with you all, whether you have children or not. It's not really about having a child per se, but there's somebody who's watching you. And there's somebody who's assessing where they can go based on where you are and what you're doing right now. So specifically to the parents, but to everyone, we really have to remember that our gifts and our purpose are bigger than us. And there are people watching us and they're getting guidance from us. So we have to soar high so the people under, yes, and she's a Virgo. So that part, Taraji's definitely a Virgo, very calculating. She probably had it all figured out in her mind and nobody believed her. But you know, it's about believing in yourself and remembering that there's someone else that's watching you. So I also want to share a few of the other tips that I pulled from that interview with her. So there were 5 things that came out of that interview. One of the things is to stay positive. So when you're pursuing your dream, a lot of people, you know, the thing is, this is about dreaming big. This is not about like secretary level dreams, and no shade to like secretaries and administrative assistants, but there's more. Like there's always more. So these are like those big CEO ownership, like top level dreams that when you even share them with people, they like,
girl,
you gonna do what? You gonna be a celebrity vegan chef to who? You're going to write a book and it's going to have interviews with whom? You're going to be doing what? So you got to stay positive. Like when people are giving you the dream shade, because dream shade is real. People get so intimidated by your dreams because they can't fathom it for themselves. So you have to stay positive. That's number 1. Number 2 goes right into it. Don't think or care about what other people have to say. It doesn't matter. Like my mother, when I told her I was going to college, God bless her, she didn't know. I was only going to Frostburg, 2 hours away from DC. And I'm like, Mom, I'm going away to college. I'm going to Frostburg. You know, I'm going to college, sis. Mother didn't go to college. So she's like, why are you going all the way out there? And it was her fear that was piercing through. It wasn't that she wasn't excited for me, but people will put their fears on you and it'll like, you can absorb that if you're focused on what they're saying. But I'm like, you got to push through. You got to push past that. You got to stay positive, and you can't care about what other people have to say, even if it's your mother or your father, you know? Also, you have to take care of your responsibility. This is your dream, right? So you got to treat it like that. You got to treat it like, you know, I'm a woman, so I can only reference being a woman and being a mother. But you got to treat it like when you were pregnant. And you have to nurture it in that way. It's that important. It's that fragile. So you have to take care of your responsibility. And step number 4 is you have to take it seriously. Because if you don't take your dream seriously, I'm not taking it seriously. I'm not. And no one else is, for that matter. And you're not. So then why are we even here? So you have to take it seriously. And then last but not least is the quote that I shared is that you have to dream big so you can show your children how to dream. So what I want you to do in your journals is I have 2 more prompts for you to reflect on throughout the course of the week. And number 1 is, what is your biggest dream for your life? Because I can guarantee you haven't achieved it yet.
You're going to have to send me this because all my pens have run out.
I got you, boo. So what is your biggest dream for your life? You haven't reached it yet. Even if you've done some big things, you haven't reached it yet. So what is your biggest dream for your life? And what can you do to be more positive as you journey towards your dream? Which is why we're all here, for community, to enlighten ourselves, to enlighten our spirits, to improve our diets. And those are all things that we're doing to be more positive on the journey. So I just gave you some answers. I used to love when the teachers did that. Didn't you used to love when the teachers ask you a question and then give you a little bit of an answer? You like, I like you. You all right. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm basically journeying you guys through the book. Is these various sections. We're in 1.5. I'm gonna share a quote with you guys again from another interview. This interview is from Russell Simmons. I was also had the blessed opportunity to interview him as well. So this is what he says. He says, "I've been blessed to find people who are smarter than I am, and they help me to execute the vision." You know what that is? It's an accountability partner, you know, and it's so important for us to have people to hold us accountable. If Lauren is not seeing me post pictures, I have two little addictions that Lauren gets on me about. One of them is hot chips, and the other is Chick-fil-A, right? I'm not even gonna get on here and act like I'm a raw foodist, because I'm not. So when Lauren sees me posting pictures of my hot chips, she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, it's the mini bag though. She's like, okay, but make sure you eat a salad after that. So I need her to do that for me. And we need people to hold us accountable on our dreams. But where's your book that you've been writing since 2007? Where is it? I need to know. And so you get people around you that can help you to execute your vision. And if those people have a knowledge base that's different than yours, then that's even more beautiful. And that's the beautiful thing about what Lauren is doing now. She has all this information, all these resources that I don't particularly care to study myself. Just give me the recipe, you know? So that's the beauty of sharing space with people who have something to offer, creating a circle that is empowering to your dream. It's the people who you going to invite to your baby shower, because we're talking about your baby, your dream, right? So who are those people that you want to give to you? Y'all, I be like cracking jokes sometimes and I don't even realize it, but I think all the laughing emojis are are giving me life. So thank you guys. So next question for you. I hope you have your pens and your journals. What can you do today to take more ownership of your dream? So you need to take a little inventory on what you've been doing. I know Corona has been having people down. We've been in the dumps. If you're like me and you've been teleworking for 9 weeks, been in the house for 9 weeks, I know it could be a little but look over these 9 weeks and think about what you have been doing towards your dreams and how can you change it. Like if you've been rocking, like, girl, yes, get it. But if you haven't, think about what you can do today to take more ownership of your dream. So what are the things you need to do? Do you need to, now this is the thing, guys, I'm not even being funny. Have you been drinking a little too much wine because you've been home? Because I ain't even gonna lie, week 2, I didn't know what was going on. I was throwing the wine back. I'm like, what is happening? What is happening, Lord? But I had to check myself, like, girl, you gonna be in here and just be a wino, or you gonna create something? So, think about what you've been doing and ask yourself this question. On a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate your confidence in your dreams? So how confident are you that you can manifest this? Because that's going to matter too. If you don't believe in it, I won't believe in it. We're not buying it if you don't believe in it, because it's going to ooze. It's going to have the energy of I don't believe in it. So ask yourself that question. On a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate your confidence in your dreams? And then last question is, how much time are you willing to invest in developing your vision and building your confidence in your dreams? Because this is going to take work. Anything, it's just like building a house. I don't want a house that was thrown up in a day. So it's a process of building your dream. You're starting with the foundation. So how much time? This is my formula. I believe that everyone should be able to spend an hour a day on their dream. An hour is only 4% of your day. So your dream deserves 4% because you're probably giving 80 to somebody else anyway. They probably don't care about you. But that's another lie for another day. Next thing and last thing. Well, let me tell you guys a quick story from another interview. So I did an interview with Rick Ross, right? I'm going to show you a little picture of me and Rose. So I did an interview with him, right? And I was doing an interview at the time. His song that was out was Bag of Money, right? He's like, my bag looking like a bag of money, right? So I asked him a question. What does a woman who looks like a bag of money look like to you, right? at this time, you know, sometimes these celebrity interviews, they just pop up. Like, celebrity's going to be in town on Tuesday. I need you at the station at 12 o'clock on Wednesday. So that was the situation. And my hair was giving what is giving under this head wrap right now. Okay. Untouched and untamed. So I'm like, how am I going to go do this interview with him? And I'm asking him about beauty and what it means to look like a bag of money. And my hair is looking a mess. So, you know, I pulled out the black girl magic trick. I did that slick down. You know, when you slick your hair down, you put that scarf on real tight and it almost give you a headache a little bit. And then you just keep it on until you about to go into whatever venue that you're going in, and then you take the scarf off. That's what I did, right? So my hair is like slick all the way down. So I'm asking him the question, and he's like, I said, it was a hair show. I was doing a show on natural hair and natural beauty. So I said, what is your hair preference? And he was like, my hair preference is your hair, because I like a woman that's natural, right? And it wasn't about him giving me that compliment. It was about me getting so worked up over something that I needed to be perfected, like my hair. And he was like, because to me, a woman that looks like a bag of money is a woman who is confident in herself. And that goes back to what I was saying about being confident in your dreams. It starts within yourself. And that shaped me. That really, really shaped me, because I was like, all I had to do was show up as myself, and Rick Ross was giving. Girl, I'm like, go ahead. So we got to be confident. So I was telling, I have this thing in the book. I'm giving y'all the book at this point. I'm just throwing it at you, but here, it's yours. You can have it. I talked about your confidence switch. Like, when you go in a room and it's like, okay, look, and Lauren does this so good. This is one of the things I love about Lauren. No matter what's going on, it's like when you hit the stage, you click it on, and like three things are going to get you confident. And for me, it's my hair, no matter what I have to do to it. Like, at least I do, like even today, I gave y'all this little swoop around, you know, I did something. And then for me, it's also lip gloss. I cannot stand dry lips. And then it's my nails, right? And those are small things that I can do myself, but they give me a boost so I can show up as my best, most confident self. So what does that look like for you? Whether it's perfume, whether it's your hairstyle, whether it's your favorite shirt, whether it's praise, it is to a room that will give you the confidence that you need to move towards your dream. So think about those things. And the last things I'm going to share from you, as I mentioned in the beginning, is what I pulled away from the interview that I did with DJ Khaled. As I mentioned to you, I was so excited because my son was a part of this interview. So not only was it a dream come true for me, it was a dream come true for him, because, you know, what 8-year-old gets to say that they did an interview with DJ Khaled? And can I just show y'all a picture, because why is he so cute? So cute. But my son got up there and he says, I want to ask you a question. He said, how do you stay positive? This is an 8-year-old, right? He's asking him, how do you stay positive? And he said, it's very simple. Every day I wake up, I pray, and I give thanks to God every day for giving me life. We are breathing. And if it's a day that we're stressed or going through hard times, all we have to do is pray and say to ourselves, I can't be stressed because I have life. So I can fix any problem because I have life. And we have life. He told him, you're a young king. You're a young boss. So you're blessed. And I offer the same thing to you. No matter how old or young you are, you're a king, you're a queen. We all are kings and queens. We have life. We have breath. We have so much to offer. We have all of these dreams in us that we need to offer to the world. I'm excited to receive whatever dreams that you all have birthed into you. And even for some of you, you might be in the seed stage. Others of you may be ready to bloom, you know, right now, or when this next season changed. And I'm super excited to be on this journey with you guys. And next week we are going to craft a vision that we'll be moving forward to creating our reality out of. So I'm going to stop there and would love to entertain any questions. I didn't really keep up with the comments that much, but if anyone has questions, please feel free. And Lauren, again, thank you so much. I love you, girl.
I love you, and it's my pleasure. And everyone is so grateful for you. Give And if you all have any questions, go ahead and put questions down. Got 4 minutes. Instagram off at a certain, all the questions. And if there are any, sure that you also go to the website down in, in the comments. And go ahead and utilize that 30% off for the book so that you can really take the initiative. A part of management, others are not willing to going the extra mile. Some excellent. So I say go get the book. I say just go start with and and your business and reach out to also offer one session for you all.
Yeah.
That?
Lauren, your phone is like going in and out a little bit. I'm reading. I know. I was hearing a little bit, but I forgot you said that. So I hope you guys can hear me well. And maybe Lauren, if you do a little bit adjusting. Can you guys hear me?
I think it's just my.
Okay. So they were saying they can't hear you, but I forgot. I did forget to mention that I will be able to work with individuals one-on-one if they are interested in developing a visualization strategy. Just go to my website and you can send me an email and I'd be more than willing to work with you. But for right now, what we're doing is we're going through this process together. Again, I'm here to offer in line with what Lauren has to offer, and I'm more than willing to share my experiences with you all and to share with you how I was able to manifest. And again, the code, if you would like to purchase the book, is green, capital GREEN. My website is pinned down below, dreamvisionreality.com. My Instagram is Savvy Cherise, which is SAVVYCHERISE. I'll create some kind of like image or something to share with Lauren that she can share on the page, and then it'll have like information for you guys to go to. I'll create a little graphic with the coupon code, and I'll keep the coupon code active for the 21 days of this process. So and I also want to join Lauren in the giveaway too. So I know Lauren is doing a giveaway. I will also like to give away a book to someone who is in this process. I don't have one with me, but when you go to the website, you'll see the book also comes with a workbook and a journal. So if you're really trying to get busy in this dream, vision, reality life, then I would highly suggest grabbing the bundle because it comes with the workbook and a journal as well. But if not, you can start with this one. Like I said, it's 30% off. Or if you want to go digital, I just send it right to your email. I have an e-copy as well. So I'm excited. Let's see, Lauren, if your sound is a little better. It's giving glitchy.
I don't know what's going on with this. Is it better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what we'll do is make sure that you go check out the website. We're going to hop off now. If you have any questions for Cherise, make sure you DM her. Take advantage of the one-on-one sessions. Take advantage of the 30% off coupon code for the book. And I hope you enjoyed this live. I absolutely love and appreciate all of you. Cherise, I love you so much.
I love you too. I want to answer one question. Someone just asked a question. Yes. Rainbow Flow says, great job, people. Question. Where do you start if you aren't sure what you want to do? Great question. One, thank you for the compliment. And two, where you start is you just start. Just start with a list. There are so many things, right? So if you don't know what you want to do, that's a start. That's fine. What I would recommend that you do is to just write a list of all the things that you want to do. That's actually, girl, you're reading my mind, because step number one in the process is defining your dream. And in defining your dream, just write down all the dreams that you want to do. So I would encourage you to write a list of 25 things that you want to do. in your life, is whether it's to travel, 25 dreams that you have, and then pick one thing. Just pick one thing and then start to work on that and build from there.
Yes, great advice.
Yeah. Thank you all. I appreciate you, Lauren. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you so
This was definitely beautiful. I'm looking forward to what's next.
Yes, so we have next starting on Monday. And, sorry, I know it's glitchy. The next week we're starting on Monday. The week after we're going to be on Monday. So check us out. I love you all so much.
One
Sorry.
more thing, Lauren. I want to answer the chick veganista real quick. What do you do if you feel stuck? My suggestion is just write for 20 minutes. Just write, type, or you can speak, or you can do a video. Like writing, I know is getting played out. I love writing though, but go do a voice note on your phone and just speak. Just start to let things flow, and that will help you to get unstuck. We're also going to be removing, Lauren and I just prayed about this. We're going to be removing spiritual blockages in this process. So if you feel stuck right now, just commit to the process, and the doors you will become opened up in this process. So I look forward to seeing what happens to you on the other side. Yes, I'm still in the DC area for sure. But I'm in the house, so y'all won't see me nowhere except for Whole Foods.
Okay.
Thank
Yes.
you guys. You guys are so beautiful. I hope that you guys are enjoying your salads and your green juices, and I can't wait to see what you guys post.
Yes. They are amazing. They've been posting such great content, all their beautiful juices and salads and everything. Um, but yeah, you all, I appreciate you and you all tomorrow. Peace.
Spirit fingers. I love you, Lauren. Bye, guys.
Hmm.